This is another video in my series of YouTube channel case studies, and the goal of this series is to look at YouTube channels and how they can make more money. And I'm taking this from my experience as an operator helping creators create and scale info products. I will also advocate for school.com instead of other platforms because it is really just the best platform in my opinion. And so the channel that we will be looking at today is Sweaty Clash. And as you can see just looking at this channel, there are a lot of views coming in, and this is from the past couple of weeks from when I'm filming this. So as you can see, there's a lot of views every single day, even without shorts. You can see consistent uploads, multiple long form videos a day. This is really something great you want to see, because that means that you're going to get a whole lot of leads coming in to your info product if you actually want to sell one. And so the first thing we're going to do is look at the core principles of gaming. Now, what are the core principles of gaming? What is the goal? And we have to know this because that's how we know what to sell and how to sell it to the right audience. And so the goal of gaming is winning, but it's also having fun. The product that we would want to make is something that helps the customer win while having fun. Then looking at the audience that we'll be selling to. From this channel, we can see it's a pretty broad audience. You know, it is gaming, so it can go from 18-year-olds all the way to 40 or 50-year-olds. It really depends. But in general, it's going to be a broader audience. Maybe people all over the world are watching this. So that's why I suggest low ticket. And I have other reasons for low ticket, which I'll get into later. Another core principle of gaming is that games are variable. So not everybody plays in the same style. There are people who like to play safe, and there are people who like to play aggressive. And you really have to know what audience you're selling to. Now, since this channel is pretty broad, we'll be looking at how we can sell to all of the viewers, not just a certain playstyle that the viewer has. And what are the core principles of this channel? Well, the main thing is it's a very light-hearted channel. As you can see by the thumbnails, it is a very light-hearted channel. And what I mean by that is that you can't make a course very serious with this. You have to keep it fun, you have to keep it entertaining. It can't just be pure information, because that's not what most people who watch this channel are looking for when they want to buy an info product from him. And then since the comedy is involved in this channel, any paid content that he creates should also be in the same comedic style instead of just making it purely informational, like I mentioned. Now let's look at the offer. So what is a good offer for this channel? The main lead getting offer is the short course. So make a short course about the topic, about how they should play the game properly, and then have gameplay reviews. Now what do I mean by that? Well, the creator opens up a live stream inside of school and the people join, and everybody who joins can send in their gameplay, and then the creator can review what they did wrong, what they did right, and he can do it in this fun style, which is the same style as his videos. You can go check those videos out, you'll see what I mean, but he can do it in that same style, and that is really where people are getting more of that authentic, raw energy from him. And then the community, this is a very important part. Like, this is going to be the main focus if there is an info product being launched by this person. Again, I'll get more into detail on that later. And so in the community, he shared things like the hidden powerful deck updates. You know, a deck is just something that's related to the game. So how they could get better, how they can get an edge on the competition, and add in the comedy so that people will be more inclined to actually see what he's posting in the community. Then for events, I have made a detailed video on how to run events, and it really is one of my most important videos. You should go check that out. I'll add a link in the description. Now, the main thing here is that I'd want to have the events focused on the certain cards in the game, or the meta, which means the most effective tactic available, and have the events focused on that. So certain playstyles or certain card groups like Golem or Hog Rider, which is all mentioned here. Is Golem, Hog Rider, these are all things related to the game. Some focus on that. Then the main problem that I think a info product which is on a subscription basis is gonna have, if we look at this channel, is it's going to have high churn. That's why you really need to organize the members inside of the community, really get a true, authentic, real community going inside so that people are very inclined to stay for longer. Another maybe secondary thing that can be added is that the content has to be increased so that people are more likely to look forward to their next subscription, because they know that they're gonna get something then. They know that some new piece of content is going to get released for them. And then in regards to selling, so this is how I would suggest this person sell to his audience. Just don't make it too serious. I'd say sell it in a troll style. So something like, since you suck at Clash Royale, I made you something that you can use to stop sucking so much. So something like that, because that keeps it authentic, it keeps it real. And this is really the type of content that he's putting out, so I wouldn't see why he'd do it differently when he's selling a product. Then what this looks like in practice. So this is how I'd set up the entire offer if I were him. So the first thing is the courses on every playstyle. So he covers different playstyles and he makes it fun and entertaining for people to watch. And that is the main thing on the courses. Just focus on putting out a lot of different content with a lot of information, but also making it fun and entertaining. As far as the community goes, I think the community should mostly be occupied with events. So we really want to have the community in those events, because that is so important in a info product like this, that you have the community going to reduce the churn. And have those events be related to decks, as I mentioned previously. Then live calls responding to the replays to help improve the skill of the people who are inside his product. The launch price, in my opinion, should be between $5 and $10 a month, but I would increase it quickly, and I would increase it on a member basis, since the expected customers are high and the live call offer needs to be covered. I would suggest an increase to $30 a month in a couple of days. What I mean by that is that if more people join, then he's gonna have to review more videos and more gameplay of people who play Clash Royale, so that he can help them in getting better and do it in a fun style. And that's gonna take a lot of time. So that's why I suggest you increase the price. That way you can still give the reviews to the people who really want it. And that's also gonna reduce churn, because if people ever wanna join again, and they have to pay more than what they paid to sign up. So really, launch it very cheaply, and in a couple of days it should be up to at least $30 a month or even more. And then the sales page offer. So what I'd say as the main thing is just say, I will help you increase your Clash Royale skills and get your win rate up by X%, or get you to X trophies, the in-game measurement of how good you are. So that is the main call out to the people who want this product. Then I think the other part of the offer is that the courses should be in there covering all playstyles, that he has gameplay reviews weekly or bi-weekly. It really depends on the time he has to do these things for his audience. And then finally, there is the community focused on bullying opponents. So still with that fun style, keeping it in there so it's really authentic to who he is. And so what I want you to take away from this video really is that the community is going to be so important for a channel like this. Because there is a high chance that you get a lot of churn, but you have to focus on community. And if you focus on community, if you focus on putting in place the right systems so that the community stays engaged, so that they keep talking to each other and helping each other out, then I believe that this can become a really successful info product. So the community in this is going to have to be top tier. You have to have the right systems in place. If you reduce your churn and you keep getting leads like this, then it is going to be absolutely crazy how much money this person can make. That is it for this video. If this video was helpful, then consider liking and subscribing. And if you're a content creator and you want me to help you in creating and scaling an info product, or you just want to know why I made these videos, then click the first link in the description.